Gaffer, another game at Bristol Rovers tomorrow night. I guess that's an opportunity for us to quickly bounce back from Saturday's defeat.
Bounce. I think we bounce every day. I think we're enthusiastic. I think we're quite calm. I think we know what we're doing. Again, the psychology of the scoreboard pays no, and it has no reflection on what I need to do and what the players need to do. I'm relatively pleased with 2/3 of everything that we're trying to achieve. It was a difficult ass Saturday, off the back of playing against Blackpool with what I consider to be a strong backbone, game, nous, experience, age, to where we found ourselves Saturday against an experienced League One side. And I thought it was brilliant, and I love the fact that Adam Senior got his full league debut. But if you look at the combined appearances from Johan Zuma and Adam Senior, 11, in contrast to Albie and Ian Henderson, which I think was over 1,000. I think they did well, but I think the game changer was bringing Albie on. And I do believe that our central defenders, they have to learn from that experience, and they will. And we're already teaching, guiding those players. But I'll support those players 100%. But that was the game changer. He used his experience, Albie coming on. Very pleased prior to that, taking the lead. Pleased with Adam Senior and Johan Zuma in doing really well against Callum Camps and against Ian Henderson. But I don't think they dealt with Albie too well. And I think we just lost our brain a little bit. We should have played him with a little bit more intelligence. I think if Jacobs had been out on the pitch, I think either one of them would have been fine. I think if Liam Bridcut had been on the pitch, or Jake Wright, equally so, I think we would have gone on to win that game. But again, part of your learning curve is experiencing and profiling players that you're playing against. And they made better decisions than us in the last 20 minutes of the game.
Yeah, looking at the way the second half panned out, there is a lot for us to learn from, isn't there? With perhaps an emphasis on those younger players who you've given a chance.
I don't give players chance to earn their opportunities. Then they've got to back it up with performances. Adam Senior's attitude's amazing. We have guided Johan Zuma. His guidance has been Jacobs. His guidance has been Liam Bridcut, and that's where he has looked a far better player than he did probably in the first 5 games of this season. But we didn't have Jacobs, and we didn't have Jake Wright, and we didn't have Liam Bridcut, which is a shame. One of those 3 could have helped guide. But they have to learn to support one another. The centre of the pitch is really, really important. It's important for me from a defensive point of view. Our defensive stability has given me belief that we are growing. But we don't have a layering system yet of players. We do not have the educational tool in the young players yet, where I can continually play, Adam Senior and Johan Zuma together. I quickly need Jacobs. I quickly need, Jake Wright. I quickly need Liam Bridcut back. The reality is we haven't got the layering systems to support injuries to any one of those 3 players. Never mind those 3 players being out all at once. But from a calm perspective, we planned, we prepared to play against Rochdale, and we got to a certain point in the game where we were in front. The next part for these young players is to deal with, when we're winning a game, to deal with it better by keeping possession, defending better individually, being more compact, being more alert, having more concentration. But we didn't. And I've conveyed my thoughts of the game to the young players especially. But the centre of the pitch, central defenders, we had a man structure all the way through. And unfortunately at this moment in time, it's taken away what has been my pivot from the way that we play. And again, it's a difficult one, but I'm really pleased, I'm really enthusiastic, I'm really positive about the strides that we're making. But if people are going to judge it by scoreboard results, it's not good enough. But I wouldn't understand people not seeing what we're having to deal with, not seeing what we're trying to achieve and how we're trying to achieve it with a long-term, success in the plan. And I'm really positive about the long term. We have to hold our nerve. We have to support the players, because we haven't had the cycle of development that we need, which was pre-season. So what we're experiencing is unprecedented. We are the only team in the history of football that was allowed to start the season while still being in administration. So we are always playing catch up, and the players are always playing catch up. But persevere. Times aren't hard at this moment in time. Times are good. Results might not be reflecting what it is we're doing on the training pitch, what it is we're doing with the players, but we need to continually improve, develop, recruit, retain, and constantly keep working on partnerships, fitness of players, making sure that we can, when we can, get our best team out on the pitch, but also have a layering system of, when players are out, making sure that the players that we bring in, they're up to speed. But Johan Zuma and Adam Senior, I thought they were magnificent on Saturday, except for a period in the game where they got a little bit scruffy, where they started being pulled out of position instead of using their own mental discipline to make sure that we protect the centre of the pitch.
Yeah, like you said, we've obviously not got that first win yet, but how encouraged are you by the progress that's been made? I guess everyone knew really that it was always going to take time.
Well, I can't guarantee football wins. I can't. I'm not a magician. I can't do magic tricks. I can mentally do magic tricks. I can sit here and talk positively, tell everybody what I'm going to do, what I expect to do. We are reflecting progress, we are reflecting change. But we are not experiencing anything new with respect to results on the pitch. We want to change that. We are actively trying to change that. We are pursuing that, but we cannot push beyond, what we're trying to do right here, right now. We've got an expectation to be successful. We're planning to be successful. Every week prior to a game, we plan to beat the opponent. Then the players that we have representing us have to show key values, and they are showing those key values. There's plenty of courage, there's plenty of ability. Now they just have to make better decisions in key components in the games. But like I previously said, I think against Rochdale we have Jack Hobbs, Liam Bridcote, Jake Wright. We have two or maybe one of those three players available to secure the centre of the pitch. From a communication, verbal and experience point of view, I think we win that game.
It's no secret we're a little bit hit by injuries at the moment. Are we still in the same boat that we were coming into the Rochdale game?
Worse. We have got impact injuries, and we have got illness from Saturday's game. It's as simple as that. But it represents another opportunity, another challenge. I will not feel sorry for myself. I will not let the players feel sorry for themselves. I will not accept any negativity. I only expect the players to have a plan to win the game, stick to the plan, make good decisions within the plan, and give of your best. And then we can all stand with our shoulders pinned back and be proud of what it is we're trying to achieve.
Looking at Bristol Rovers, they've had a pretty decent start to the season, just outside the top six. What sort of a challenge are you expecting going down there?
They're a stable League One side. They do spend decent money if the right players become available. They've got a good following, home crowd, but we're optimistic. We see every game as a challenge, but we don't see it as an insurmountable. challenge. We don't see mountains. We have our own challenges. We're trying to focus on our own challenges. And then we play 90 minutes of football. And if we don't get what we want from 90 minutes, we play another 90 minutes of football over 44 games. You know, and we are determined to be successful. The future of this football club is bright, but it has to be built. And the building process is nowhere near where it should be. And we need 2-3 more windows, you know, to make sure that we give this football club an unbelievable future. The players that we've got, the players that we're dealing with, are giving us everything. They are giving the supporters, the football club, everything, myself and David, and they're a pleasure to work with on a daily basis. And I am never too high or too low on emotions after the game. You know, whether they're positive emotions or negative emotions. But I see a group of players who are reflecting the key principles of trying to win a football match the way that I love to play the game.